fuck that shit. Listen, ayy, look, cash flowing, pockets growing, wake up, bless every morning. Just in case y'all didn't notice, I'm the fucking shit up in this bitch and everybody knows it. Cash flowing, pockets growing, wake up, bless every morning.
Welcome back to What's the Situation? Today is a fun and exciting episode because I've got my son here, Sterling.
What is up, y'all?
We are going to have a fun time today. Sterling really picked all the topics that he wanted to talk about in the Situation Unfiltered today, but we're going to jump into the Situation Room. So I know how much you love space and astronauts and NASA.
Yeah.
Today was a big day. There were 2 astronauts that were stuck up in the International Space Station for 9 months, and they just landed back on Earth today.
They're real survivors. They are real survivors.
Yeah, Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore. They were only supposed to go to the space station for, I think, a couple weeks, and they got stuck up in there 9 months because of like different leaks and stuff that were going on with the pod that they were supposed to come back down in. That would be insane. What do you think that they felt?
I think they would definitely have felt some fear, like thinking that they might not make it back. But I think they had definitely had courage, because I would have tried to fix it, because you might as well take a chance to get home. If you don't try, you definitely aren't going to go home, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, they were working with SpaceX and some other people to try to figure out how they were going to get back down. And I guess timing kept on getting pushed back. So it was like they were only supposed to be up there for a couple weeks, and then obviously got pushed back to like 9 months. But today they landed safely in the ocean and they were picked up. But I think the most terrifying thing about that would be thinking that you're going to go up for a couple weeks at max and you're there for months. I would be like, oh my God, what if I'm going to die?
Almost a year, I mean.
Yeah. Well, I know how much you love space.
Yeah, I actually have 5 separate books about space.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite thing about space?
I think this is like a scary but also fun, interesting topic, that we have aliens out there, because there's 2 different types. There can be quiet universes where like it's hard to detect like a signal out there, or there could be loud ones where it's like easy to detect a signal. We're about to expand into like deeper space.
Oh, definitely. It's crazy to me, all the stuff that goes on. Black holes just blow my mind. I can't even comprehend that.
The fact people think that, oh, black holes they think like when they see the singularity, it's in the center. It's actually in your future.
Oh my gosh.
So time in space switch their roles. So what you're seeing is in the future. To get to the singularity, you need to fast forward into the future while you're in the black hole.
That's crazy. Again, my mind is blown. Don't even know what's going on. Okay. So thank God those astronauts got home after being up there for 9 months. I'm happy for them, happy for their families, because I'm sure their families were probably nervous. What would happen if I was stuck up there for 9 months? What would you do?
I would literally have to, like, first of all, I would definitely call the police to tell them, like, what is going on. Mm-hmm. And second of all, I'd probably go over to my dad's or Gigi's. I'd rather have a place to stay than be home alone.
Well, yeah, you would not be home alone. No one will allow you to be home alone. Okay, so in the Help Me said, what's your situation? We had someone write in just saying that their child at school was constantly being made fun of or poked at for what they were wearing, and they wanted to get how you would handle the situation.
All right, so first of all, I would definitely get the teachers aware about it. Mm-hmm. If they only do it for one day, okay, it's just an outfit. But if they keep doing it, now I know something's up. So I'm going to say, hey guys, look. You may not like what I'm wearing. That's your opinion.
Yeah, everyone is going to have an opinion. They're not going to like every outfit you wear, and some people are just not going to like you, and that's okay.
And I'm like, that's fine. But just please don't be a hater. You don't got to comment about it, because first of all, why should I care about your opinion? I didn't ask for your opinion on my outfit.
Yeah. Well, like, and that's okay, because it's not their outfit.
Yeah, exactly. Would you like to wear my outfit? Like, huh? If you don't like it, then how about you stop commenting on it unless you want to wear it? Because it sounds like you do.
It does, doesn't it?
And if they keep making fun of me, I was like, how about this? What if I did the same exact thing to you? Think about that for a second. And then say, it wouldn't be too bad. I know some roasting skills. I don't think you want to know.
You got roasting skills.
I got some mad roasting skills.
You actually do. Sterling can roast you. He can be the nicest. Like, he'll come to the store and as like women are trying on clothing, he's like, oh, that looks magnificent on you. Or he can roast our family hardcore.
Yeah, if you're being mean to me, you're going to get a taste of something I doubt you're going to want. When you grow up, I think your grandkids are going to be feeling this one. So don't comment on my outfit. Otherwise, I will be roasting you into the next century.
He will. One thing that I've worked hard to try to instill in you is like being your own person. Do you think that's affected how you go about life and like what you wear?
Yeah, I would literally get my pedicure done and I would get nail polish, and some people comment like, that's so girly. Some other people actually like it. I'm like, exactly, it looks good. My teacher, Miss Miller, commented on it and said, we almost have the exact same color. I'm like, yeah.
That's cool.
Exactly. Like,
if you like it, there's always going to be somebody who doesn't like something that you do or that you wear.
I think I like it, but I don't like it like all the time, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, right now you don't have anything on.
Yeah.
Well, I went to the nail salon the other day and they were asking where you were at.
I'm sorry, but I gotta go back.
So you would just tell their child to stick up for themselves and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what I would say. If they keep doing it, you're gonna have to tell the teacher, tell your parents, tell the principal, tell every single teacher in the grade. Just kidding, but you do want to tell the principal about this. Because, like, should we get into it?
Oh, get into like kind of what happened before? Now we're going to switch into Situation Unfiltered. This is one thing that he wanted to talk about was some school drama that had gone on or funny things at school that have happened.
So there's a story, but first I have to inform you about the first story because you wouldn't understand if I didn't tell you. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to sit at a table at recess, and this girl was like being so rude, and she was like, you're not smart. I'm like, okay, prove it. And it's like, what is this sign? It's like, hold on, let me think. It's like, you wouldn't need to think about it. I'm like, well, if you want to get the correct answer, you would.
Yeah.
I mean, if you aren't thinking about it, you're not getting the correct answer. Most of the time you aren't, unless you're Einstein, which you aren't. Just to inform you, you are not Einstein. Mm-hmm. You're not getting the answer correct.
Are you talking about me directly or just the person in general?
The person in general. But she was just like a really mean person. Anyways, I was the one who got in trouble for it because I was quote unquote spreading rumors when people asked me. It's not my fault that they're asking me what happened.
Well, no, but hold on. That was later in there. So quick rundown is him and his little friend wanted to sit at this one table. And every time they would try to sit at this table at recess, this group of kids would tell them that they couldn't sit there. And so I guess that one day they had just had enough. And the other little kid was making fun of Sterling or calling him fat, cussing and just not handling it appropriately. And then Sterling, being Sterling, had said, do you or your mother own this? No, it's public property. So I can sit wherever I want to, right? Yeah, it is true though. You don't. And then they said, yeah, I actually do. I'm like, prove it. Can you show the license that you or your mother or your father owns it? Because therefore, I do not believe you. I get a message from the teacher saying that there's been this like altercation and that Sterling got into a fight with this other group of friends. So Sterling gets into the car pretty immediately and is like, hey, I just want to tell you about something that happened. Now, he's been complaining about this for the last couple of months about him and his friend have been trying to sit at this table and these kids are telling him he can't sit there. And so he got in, he's like, that group of kids who told us that we couldn't sit there. Today, they were being nasty to us. They called him a fat ass. And I was like, Sterling, you weigh like 60 pounds. Exactly. I am literally skinnier than you, so... And I eat a lot, so I don't know how, but I'm still skinnier than you. And then you're calling me fat. So that's the part I don't understand. Mm-hmm. I guess one of the kids goes and acts like she's going to hit Sterling jumping off this like table. So he goes and grabs her hand so she can't hit him and does this like block because you thought that she was going to kick you, right? Yeah, like I thought it's a possibility that she might kick me. So I always have my leg out in defense mode. Gotcha. Okay. So I guess the teacher had asked them to move him and his friend from the table. Now, one thing I feel like we've always tried to do is raise you to do the right thing, even when it's difficult, or uncomfortable. So you probably weren't okay with that answer of like just having to move because people were being mean to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not.
So you stood up and were like, I'm going to sit at the table to the little girl. And that's when they had the altercation. And so the teacher the next day, I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to get like a better idea of what happened. Were there any adults around? Do you guys have footage? Sterling told me that this group of like kids provoked him and were telling them that he couldn't sit at the table, which I don't agree with. He can sit wherever he wants to. But I obviously don't want my child to hit anybody or be put in a position to have to try to like protect themselves and hit somebody. So you know more of what's going on. And so the teacher wrote back, and I didn't really like her answer because she was like, I told Sterling that if other people didn't want him at that table, he shouldn't sit there. And I'm like, that's kind of what happened, right?
Yeah.
And we've taught you that you don't have to be friends with everybody.
Yeah, I do not stand for that. Like, if you're just saying, I can't sit there because this is our table, no. I can sit wherever I want. I'm still sitting there.
Yeah. So the girl said that she was going to hit Sterling, and he's like, well, I'll sue you if you hit. And the teacher was like, I talked to Sterling about using kind words because he said that he was going to sue her. And I'm like, well, the kids did tell them that they were going to beat his ass. So I just had an issue with that being a bigger issue of my child trying to stand up for themselves, but you didn't have the issue with the kids saying that they were going to beat his ass. So we didn't really like that. So the next day that they were supposed to gather the kids and talk about things and see what happened, because I guess none of the adults really saw it, right?
Oh, wait, can I like say something?
Yeah.
And also, after the incident, I went to the other table just to talk with them real quick. And they asked me, oh, what's going on? I told them the story. And then this Miss W said, stop spreading rumors. You're in trouble and you can't play for the rest of the recess.
That was the next day, though.
So that was the day when she actually tried to beat me up.
Okay.
First of all, you have no solid evidence that I did anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's like, stop spreading rumors. How do you know if they're rumors?
Yeah.
You don't know.
It's true, then.
Like,
You make me laugh, kid.
if you don't have solid proof, you can't prove anything. Why are you getting me in trouble for it when you don't even know the full story?
Yeah. So anyway, they were supposed to gather these kids the next day and talk to them. And I guess some stuff happened with counselors and they were behind and they couldn't. But there was another issue the next day with another teacher coming to yell at you and saying, oh, that you were causing issues.
Yeah, that was the rumor thing that she said I was spreading.
And so one of my friends, her daughter was in Sterling's class at the time, and she was actually texting her mom saying, hey, like these teachers and the kids are ganging up on Sterling. So that's when I immediately contacted the principal and all of everybody involved.
First of all, we gotta give a shout out to W friends. Those friends wouldn't tell their mothers about it. She did.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably one of the best friends ever. She told everyone, informed people about it. Ella, if you're watching this, shout out.
I love that. The shout out. So I contacted the principal and the teacher and everybody. And, you know, his teacher we weren't crazy about. And I really like to support the teachers. I know, I don't think Sterling is perfect by any means, but there's a lot that I know about my child and his character. And I know that he can push the bounds till you literally just want to choke him out. But he very much so, he's not nasty to people. He sticks up for people. And I just knew the whole basis of what their arguments were like. This doesn't sound right to me. So we got everyone together, talked about it. I think that's one thing that I've learned as a parent. I don't usually step in much and handle your battles. I usually try to equip you to be able to handle and talk your way through things. But this one, I felt like I had to get involved and advocate for you and just be like, we're not okay with that situation happening. And also, Sterling is not an innocent party. We were like, hey, you've got to handle these situations better as well and just remove yourself from the situation. So we all talked and you and the girl made up, right?
Yeah, but she still didn't like me anyways.
Well, that's fine. Not everybody has to like you. But we came to a resolution and we just acknowledged that that kind of stuff wouldn't be happening going forward and that we didn't want to be put in that situation.
And you know how since we finished the story, now on to the next one. This one was the funniest one by far. So my mom had had her hand sanitizers at her store. And so she gave me
They're
one.
like the spray. They're like Touchland.
So I brought that in, and you know how she called me dumb, right? So I went out to lunch, and a couple of my friends told me like, "Oh, this girl was messing with their hand sanitizer." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this girl has the audacity, and she thought it was perfume, so she sprayed herself 6 times with it. I'm like, instant karma. That's what you get for touching my stuff, and you're the one calling me dumb. I don't understand that. You can't be calling me dumb when you're literally the one who sprayed hand sanitizer on yourself 6 times. Yeah, she thought it was perfume. I'm like, I'm a boy. Why am I bringing perfume to school? I mean, think about it. First of all, I don't have a crush. I really don't.
You're not trying to smell good for the ladies?
I just want to smell good and not smell. It just helps to smell good.
What's your go-to scent?
I use like the Savage one or something.
Yeah, Sauvage.
So yeah, Sauvage. That one's a good one. I also use my dad's cologne a little. It's a very strong one, but very good.
Got it. Okay, so she sprayed that on her, and then what happened?
And I'm like, and you know how she was roasting me? It's time for my revenge. And I roast her, and she literally cried as a 5th grader.
You didn't make a little girl cry, did you?
She's a 5th grader, and she literally tried roasting me with swear words, and I wasn't even at my max yet. I gave her some basic roast.
What were the roasts?
So first one was like, you broke the Minecraft barrier.
I don't even know what that means, so.
But most people do like your fat jokes, but they'll do it in different ways to make it more funny. And she literally cried at that one. I'm like, okay, you're a 5th grader, and I used the same roast on a 1st grader, and they didn't cry. And they know what roasts are, and they have literally better roasts than all of you combined. I mean,
apparently the 1st graders have got the good roasts.
Exactly. I actually started to feel bad for a minute. I'm like,
oh, well, thank God that your empathy started kicking in.
I'm like, dear Lord, I didn't think it would hurt that bad.
Did you apologize?
Yeah, I'm like, sorry. And it's like, are you gonna tell me? And it's like, no, it's not really that big of a deal. It's like hand sanitizer.
Oh, she thought you were gonna tell on her.
I'm not gonna tell on you for that. I will tell on you for the punching, though.
Yeah, I told Sterling that he should go take her in some. Okay. So, any other funny stories from school?
Yes. I think there might be 1 or 2 more.
All right. What else you got?
So, the one with my old friend, I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna tell his name for obvious reasons. But he was my friend, and he actually was a lot different from other kids I see. He actually really liked doing math. He also liked doing opera, which I thought was interesting. Mm-hmm. And so we got together.
Yeah, that was fun having.
We got together really well. Oh yeah, we had so much fun. But
my ears were ringing.
When we got to 5th grade, it all changed. We soon didn't really start being big friends because he was in different classes. Mm-hmm. And then one day, I'm playing with him on Strongest Battlegrounds, and my time limit is up. And when I requested for more time, and when I finally got hacked, he randomly just tried to kill me in the game. And then when I get my revenge, he called me a narcissist.
Yeah. These kids who are 10 years old using the word narcissist. And you're like, oh, Lord.
Like, and then he comes up to me one day. I'm like, what does this kid want? And it's like, did you talk about the incident where I called you a narcissist? I'm like, no, why would I have the time for that? I haven't told anyone about it today. It's like, I never said today. Well, if this makes you feel any better, I haven't told anyone for the past 6 months. Anyone. I talk with my friends or people in my class, but I don't need to be having dramas about it. It's like, are you sure? Because I heard multiple other people. I'm like, I bet $1 trillion. That
10 trillion.
Every one of them was one of your friends. Because I just know they don't like me. I might not have my memory, but I am 100% sure that I did not say that. Because first of all, I don't have the time for that. Why would I have the time to brag about it? I had to tell my friends about it, but I didn't tell anything about it until after.
After he came to you and accused you of talking about it to everybody.
Yeah, I had to talk to us about it because we were talking about past friends we had and stuff. Yeah. And so I had to tell him about T, and he freaked out, dude.
T.
No, S and I think
your friend S.
Anyways, he came up to me and was like, "Did you tell anyone about the time?" I'm like, first of all, I'm not keeping Santa's list on every time we fight. We fought on March 13th. 2023. You know what I mean? I'm not like keeping.
You're not keeping tabs.
And then it's like, are you sure? I'm like, have you heard? There's this new technique. It's called lying. It's pretty popular. It's starting to go raging all over the internet. If you haven't heard of it, You gotta learn it. It's the best technique for.
So you think his friends were lying to him?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they don't like me. And when I came up to all of Tristan's friends, I see them giving me a stink eye. Well, I'm like, what? I can't talk to him. And it's like, you said that you weren't a friend anymore. I'm like, okay, there's two different words saying, I don't want to be your friend anymore, or I don't feel like I'm being treated as a friend.
I got that.
Like, being treated is different.
Well, that's one thing that we talked about, Bianca and I, is sometimes friendships end when sometimes you don't feel like you're being treated as a friend appropriately.
Yeah. And then I'm like, dude, I don't feel like I'm being treated as a friend right now. Because first of all, you don't really play with me that much anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think you're maybe a little disappointed that friendship ended. Mm-hmm. And that's normal. You're going to have that.
For no reason. I mean,
have you ever tried to reach out to him and say, hey, can we fix this?
Oh yeah, I've tried talking to him. Nothing. He doesn't even listen to me. I'm like, dude, do you need hearing aids or something? Because I can't tell if you can hear me or not.
Well, I think if you're trying to mend a friendship, asking somebody if they have hearing aids, you might not.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying, dude, can you actually hear me though? It doesn't sound like you can because you're not even talking to me.
I get it. It's rough, but don't worry. Well, now you've S and Z to be friends with. What was the one? God, it was something over a drum with one of the kids.
Oh,
that
okay.
one was funny.
So this one was E.
Okay.
So we were in music class, and I was going to get a drum, and I got to the drum first. It's like, no, I got to the drum first. I'm like, no, It's like, you get this one every time. I've got it 2 times. What do you mean I've gotten it every time? And the teacher's like, rock, paper, scissors. I'm like, all right. And I win. He's like, he gives me the mad frustration. He's like staring me down the whole time. And I'm like, grow up. It's a drum. It's a literal drum. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. So you didn't like that.
Yeah. And this is a good one. I was at the lunch table.
This is a new story.
This is a new story.
We're just spitballing.
So E brought this journal, but S kept calling it a diary. He got so mad. He said, if you say it's a diary one more time, I'm going to stab a pencil in your eye. And I'm like, what happened? Who hurt you?
That's a little dramatic.
I'm not even joking. I'm dead serious. That's what he said.
That's intense.
I'm like, dude, you have to chill. That is so violent.
Yeah.
Like, who says that? It's just over. It's the simplest thing. Like, you gotta make it like a big deal. You can say like, no, I believe it's a diary. I believe it's a journal. I'm like, dude, you're saying that you're gonna try to murder us? And I'm like, that is crazy.
So next year you're going to a new school for middle school. So you'll start new friendships, or I guess,
rekindling
some of your old ones. Okay. One thing you said that you wanted to talk about was your life as a child with divorced parents. Yeah. What did you want to talk about with that?
Okay, so what I wanted to talk about is basically what it's like. Mm-hmm. It just feels so weird. Sometimes at my dad's house, sometimes I'm at my mom's, and when I just get used to being at my mom's, I have to switch, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And I love being at my mom's house. She's fun to be around. And just overall very caring about my feelings and like listens to my ideas. But at my dad's house, they don't see all eye to eye, but
what are some things that you feel like maybe you guys feel differently on?
I definitely feel like we feel differently on things that misheard and like
so miscommunication.
Yeah, miscommunication. Also, just more strict. I told my dad if I could wake up and play VR in the morning because there's a Star Wars game I really love playing. And so basically my dad came down for work and like, you got to do this. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do that, and then I can hop back on. My dude's like, oh, you forgot to do your bed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot. Like, I'm not used to doing my bed each morning that much. So I just kind of forgot because like now we have a cleaner. So I was playing in my stepmom's office. So I'm like, I don't want to get the rug dirty. So I just put my shoes on like over there, and I have my socks like all ready.
Yeah. And
then she came down. I'm like, oh, hello. It's like, you don't have your shoes on? You can't play that thing next week. I'm like, and when I'm trying to explain, I'm like, I didn't want to get your rug. And then she's just like, nope, I don't want to hear the excuses. I'm like, you didn't even let me speak. I'm trying to explain something, and you didn't even let me explain it. Because maybe you would have understood if you like heard the full story.
I gotcha.
And I have my shoes literally over there and it's already. It's like,
well, sometimes you are hard-headed on things.
Yeah,
This is
but
not me. Hold on, this is not me taking sides for things, but
yeah,
sometimes. And what do I always say? Put yourself in the other person's shoes, right?
yeah. I want to be respectful to her. I don't want to get her rug dirty. And I have my socks right there. So hopefully she would know that. I was immediately going to get ready after like she told me to. We were in a huge rush. We were going to have breakfast. So I had plenty of time to put on my shoes before I had to get ready.
Got it.
And then she literally said, I'm taking it away, which thankfully I didn't. Like my tablet didn't get taken away and like other stuff in my VR. But she was just like super quick to the point on it. And
sometimes adults have a lot of stuff going on and maybe they don't handle it appropriately and you guys just have to talk it out. And to be honest, sometimes you can really push people over the edge. I love you.
But like,
and you're my own kid, but sometimes you push me over the edge, right? And you know that.
I was being as respectful as I can. I was talking with a kind voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
scenario.
I told her like, please, I really don't like it when you're talking to me with that tone. It just feels like really kind of rude. It's like, nope, Dad, you can take care of them.
So what do you think that is there a situation that maybe you were in that you felt like you didn't handle the best way?
Oh yeah, definitely. So this one time I think I had to do something I can't remember, but I like raged and like and I threw stuff around, and I knew I did not handle that well. But I knew that I should not have acted that way.
Yeah,
and I know that.
How did you handle that? Did you apologize or how did you do
Yeah,
that?
I'm like, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have acted that way.
Yeah,
but we got it kind of fixed.
Gotcha. So what are some other things that you feel like that you wanted to talk about with like being in divorce family?
I think it's definitely hard because like it's like sometimes I miss things about this house. Is like I miss like my dog, I miss my cat, I miss my mom, and I know like calling, but when I end the call it just feels sad.
Yeah.
And another thing that feels weird is sometimes I'll randomly have nightmares because of this.
What part? Like what kind of nightmares?
Like I would just have like random nightmares. And it's completely fine over at your house, Bill, because like of switching houses. Because I don't normally have dreams. I'm not like a heavy dreamer.
I gotcha. So what are some good things about this house and what are some good things about Daddy's house?
Good things about this house is I have my tablet, my dog, my mom.
I'll put on record that mom came last out of that.
Oh, okay. I also like just the like layout of the room. It just feels like nice, comfortable.
This house?
Yeah, and things I like at my dad's house, they have a freaking zip line.
That is pretty cool. That sounds like something your dad would have.
It got destroyed by a tree. And I'm like, no.
Maybe you'll get a new one up.
We probably will. Like if there was a stick underneath you, you were cooked. I mean, you were just done for. Anyway,
you got a fun dad, don't you?
We also have Xbox here, but we also do have an Xbox there. We have so many different games to choose from. We have like 46 different separate games, so I will never get bored. And me and my dad both have Minecraft Dungeons, and we love playing that game. It's like most people think they're good at the game. POV us.
Yeah, you guys just sweep them.
Yeah.
So what else do you like about? What do you think is fun?
They have a little playground back there.
The playground looks cool.
Yeah, sometimes they'll bring out meals. We can play a bunch of different fun games. Like we have nuggets over there. And no, it's not chicken nuggets. Just in case if you didn't know. It's like these little nugget couches. And we build tons of different stuff.
Do you and A do that? Your little sister? You got your little sister over there too. Yeah,
and like she would build different like separate forts, and I'd be like the hero or something. Oh, and also A is my sister, so it's fun playing with her. But here are things that I don't like about each house. First, like things that
hit me with it, babe.
Well, I'll start with my dad's house because I'm gonna have to think about this house like real hard. Well, I like the woods, but I don't like the layout. There's so much trees. It's like shade, and I want some sunlight.
Yeah.
I also just think the owners were kind of weird because they had so many turtles just locked up in like a backyard, and they have a love of reptiles because they have like snake lamps. So, I'm not trying to be hater. Anyways, on the things I don't like about this house. My sister not being here because she'll be fun to play around.
Yeah.
Other than my sister, I don't really have anything else. Oh, well, there is one thing I don't like. The animals. I love them, but I also hate them at the same time.
They are a pain.
Like,
they like
because
to
like
scratch
it's
to
like
get in and out.
Cat. It's like scratch, scratch. It's like we let him out. Scratch, scratch, let him in. Scratch, scratch, let him out. It's like every 5 minutes, I'm like, pick a place. I'm done with this. And
It will drive
and my
you
dog
insane.
Gucci, when I have him up there, like in my room, and I'm trying to sleep, he's like, why? And he goes up. He's like, why? I want to go down.
Hey.
And then when I was just about to go fall asleep,
You should have just kicked him out and send him down to me.
I didn't want to disturb you.
Oh, I was fine.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I want to disturb you either way. He was just so dang annoying.
Got it. Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Yeah, it like feels so difficult because we got to figure out a timing. It just feels like such a weight on my back. It's annoying. It's sad because when I'm over at my dad's house, I miss my mom. It's like over at my mom's house, I miss my dad and my sister, and I also miss. And then I'm at my dad's house, I miss like all this, and I want to go and want to be. I wish we lived like closer together.
Yeah.
So because now it's like an hour away.
So what advice would you give a kid who is going through something like that, or where their parents might be getting divorced?
Well, I can try these tips. Definitely buy like some calming stuff to do. My dad got me this ball. He would squeeze it and it feels like super relaxing.
Yeah.
Also, like try to control your emotions. Think of some happy times and think, oh, I'll visit them again. It'll be like really soon. Also, talk to adults about it. Best thing you can do. Try to get them like aware about it. Tell them like, hey, this is going on. Can I call my mom? Can we make some pictures or something?
Yeah. We did that a lot.
And here's another one, grounding. So first of all, you can do 5 objects that you see. The painting, the background, the light, the camera, the computer. And like 4 things you can smell. Air, Gucci,
Yeah.
the Diet Coke in my mouth.
Yeah. Do you think Daddy and I support you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I feel like that's something that's always important to us, is making sure that you feel supported and that you can talk to us and all that. All right.
And
is there any other advice or anything you want to say?
Another piece of advice, definitely try breathing it out. Also contact me. Ask my mom, and then you can just
what's the situation? And
what's the situation? Give me your fan mail, and I will check it out.
Love it. Well, I am very excited that you came on and wanted to come on the podcast. I'm glad that you were able to talk about the stuff that you wanted to do. And I'm just so grateful for having you as a kid. I got literally the best child for me.
I think I might have one more topic.
Okay.
Also, birthdays. Definitely holidays and stuff is because it's so weird because one day I'm at my mom's house and the next year I'm at my dad's house for it. Since the schedules change and stuff.
But I feel like we're pretty open. If you want to go over there, you go over here. If you want to,
holidays are like my favorite time because I get to relax. It kind of takes the stress off my shoulders. It feels like it's a day I can celebrate. I don't kind of focus on that right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just, another tip of advice. Don't focus on it.
Don't focus on
Don't focus on your bad feelings. Focus on the good ones.
Yeah. We roll with the punches and we're survivors and thrivers and we do what we need to, don't we? Awesome. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode of us talking today about Sterling's take on his life. Like and subscribe and share this episode, especially for kids who might be going through a divorce or bullying at school or all the things.
I mean, contact me. I'm probably the best person who knows about this. If you want to release some stress, I have some ideas for you. I also have lots of ASMR channels that I know. So if you need any of them, I can just provide some because I listen to ASMR to get stuff out of my mind every day. I listen to it going to sleep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining this episode of What's the Situation. Like and subscribe and share this episode. Have a good night.
Fuck that shit. Listen, ayy, look, cash flowing, pockets growing. Wake up, bless every morning. Just in case y'all didn't notice, I'm the fucking shit up in this bitch and everybody knows it.